Imbibitor Lunae has dropped today and a lot of people have been wondering if he's worth pulling or not. Today, in this video, I will try to answer that question in the briefest manner possible, so stay tuned. To decide whether we should or should not pull for Imbibitor Lunae, that's Dragonhung, and that's what I'll call him from now on, we should take a look at his banner in order to understand the value per gem spent. Starting with Yukong. It's a great character, a tiny bit hard to use. Yukong is a great imaginary support character whose kit revolves around increasing the crit rate, crit damage and attack for your team. It is not recommended to use this character on auto, okay? Next we get Asta, another support character we get for free. Asta's kit revolves around buffing the speed of your team. She is also great for inflicting weakness break because her skill hits for 4 times. Of course it's better if there's only one opponent, but if you got multiple opponents you will be just fine with her. At last but not least we have March 7, our beginner's tank. She's a great character with the capacity to shield and dispel debuffs from your team. A solid choice if you are looking to build a nice tank and you still don't have Jeopard. And now for our main attraction, Dragonhung. Dragonhung is a DPS character of the imaginary type. His basic attack is, well, it's not so basic. Allow me to explain. Dragonhung can use his simple basic attack which would regenerate 1 skill point to the team. This is all normal so far. The basic attack will do damage equal to 50% of his attack. Now, his skill, Drakor Liber, or however you pronounce it, is used to enhance his basic attack, making him hit more and deal more damage in terms of, percentage. Essentially what we have here is that his skill does not attack. His skill consumes a skill point and enhances your basic skill. The skill point is only consumed when you use the basic skill, and you can enhance it up to 3 times. So with the first enhancement you'll do a bit more damage, the second you do AoE attack and even more damage, and with the third enhancement you will be consuming 3 skill points. However, the Dragonhung will do a 7-hit attack and deal damage equal to 250% of his attack. Essentially, you can choose what to do depending on the needs of the battle. Oh, and by the way, his technique essentially makes him dash around the field, which is quite nice. You also get extra damage when entering battle with this technique active. Now let's talk relics, artifacts and light cone. I am definitely going to take 2 pieces of the Musketeer of Wild Wheat. Why? Because it increases Dragonhung's attack by 12%, and that is extremely needed. His kit revolves around this attack, so yeah, definitely 2 pieces here. As for the other 2 pieces, I'll definitely take 2 pieces of the Wastelander of Banditry Desert. Why? Because it increases his imaginary damage by 10%. The 4-piece set effect is very attractive, but Dragonhung does not have a way to consistently imprison enemies, therefore this will be hard unless you are very often breaking the enemy. As for relics, I will definitely go with Inert Salsoto for starters. It is a good increase in crit rate, 8%, and once you get 50% crit rate, which you probably will with this character since he has a lot of crit rate traces, you get a 15% damage increase on your ultimate. You don't have a follow-up attack, so that's as much as you're gonna get. If you are feeling really confident on your crit rate, I would say that Rutilant Arena can be really nice since at 70% crit rate you get a 20% boost to your skill and basic attack, and let's face it, you'll probably be using more your basic attack than your ultimate, and it'll be busted, and with 20% damage increase, this seems like the best choice in my opinion. Now for light cones. His own light cone is great, as all banners light cones have been so far. At Superimposition 1 you'll get a crit rate increase of 18%. When the wearer uses their basic attack they'll gain 1 stack of Dragon Skull. Dragon Skull will increase your attack by 18% and your energy regeneration rate by 6%, so it's quite a hefty light cone. Your second best choice? On the fall of an Aeon, the light cone you can get from Herta's shop. Whenever the wearer attacks, their attack is increased by 8% in this battle. This effect can stack up to 4 times. When the wearer inflicts weakness break on enemies, the wearer's damage increases by 12% by 2 turns. I would say it's a good choice considering, well, I don't have any other light cones, right? Wolf Walk Time. It can work, it's not ideal, but hey, we work with what we got, right? I would say the Moles Welcome You is a better one, and any of the 4 stars is decent. Just avoid the 3-star light cones. I think the low stats will really be noticeable on Dragonhunk's performance. Now, let's talk about team composition. You probably will need a team that does not consume so many skill points, if you want to use Dragonhunk freely, of course. I would recommend a basic team like Fire main character, a healer like Luocha, Natasha, Bailu, anyone, and Tingyun, because Tingyun uses 1 skill and then can use basic attack. You can maybe replace Fire main character for other content when you feel confident about it. Just remember, Dragonhunk can consume up to 3 skill points per attack, so you need to keep the team's skill point in check. Now, on to the main question of the video. Should you pull for Dragonhunk? Now, look, evidently, if you should or should not pull, it's always up to you. My conclusion is, if you are someone who wants to reinforce your free-to-play characters and is in need of a DPS, go right ahead and pull. If you have a lot of DPSs but still want to reinforce either Asta, Yukong or March 7, go right ahead. If you have DPS and you don't want to reinforce your team, however Dragonhunk is your husbando, well, in that case, go right ahead. You know, this game is supposed to be fun, and sometimes I even do pulls just because I want to feel the adrenaline of the pool. I might not be interested in the banner at all, but the adrenaline that the RNGesus provides me, it is quite good. So basically, here's my conclusion. If you see no value in this banner, like you have no need for a DPS, you don't want to reinforce your free-to-play characters, you have no crush on the waifus or husbando in this banner, then skip. If you see some value and you feel like pulling, go ahead, pull a little bit. If you want to just reinforce the free characters, pull a little bit until you get what you want or until you feel like it's enough. In the end, ultimately, the choice is yours. And I just made this video to give you all a brief description and some insights on Dragonhunk. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me since I'm trying to grow up this channel. Peace out everyone, until next time.